Hey there, cinephiles. Mamma mia, what a video we have this week. I'm going to be comparing Super Mario Bros. From 1993 and the Super Mario Bros. Movie that recently came out. Let's get started with Super Mario Bros. I have constantly heard that this is not only one of the worst video game movies, but one of the worst movies ever made. And you know what? They were being too nice. This made me rethink my love for movies. Like maybe movies were a mistake. And I love John Leguizamo, but holy crap, even he couldn't make this movie the least enjoyable. I was fully expecting this to at least be so bad it's fun, but no, it is just offensive. As little as I know about the Mario lore, the filmmakers seem to know even less. Which look, I'm all for an adaptation that brings changes that allows for a film version to be great, but how do you make so many wrong decisions in a row? Look at the Goombas! Look at the Goombas. Look at Toad. And then you make Toad into a Goomba? Who is this even for? Dude, I needed a power up just to make it through the eternally long 90 minutes. I legit don't know what's worse, getting hit with the blue shell right before the finish and losing first place, or watching this just once in my lifetime. The screenplay has a forgettable and messy story with terrible lines and jokes that I'm sure they somehow had AI back in the day make it. So much of it falls flat, and you feel that down to its very structure. It doesn't even look good. The cinematography and production design is just grimy and lacks color in what should be a colorful and mesmerizing world. Super Mario Bros. From 1993 is fundamentally a terrible movie. I wanted to like it on some level, truly I did, but the vibe of it is just so soulless and devoid of any quality. Also, it was completely distracting for how the majority of the film, Mario and Luigi were wearing the wrong colors. Just to get it over with, so I'll never have to talk about this movie ever again, I give Super Mario Bros. From 1993 a 1/2 out of 5 stars. Shout out to the ending that sets up a sequel that never came to be. Instead, we had to wait for 30 years to pass so we could get another crack at the Mario world. The Super Mario Bros. Movie comes to us from Illumination, the home of the Minions. Safe to say, I wasn't too excited to see this film. When most of their catalog is just okay movies, and then you have Chris Pratt as Mario, it's kind of a tough sell for me. But overall, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is so much better than the 1993 film, and it makes it look even worse than it already is. Two words encapsulate this version, and they are fun and cute. It's not groundbreaking, and the story and characters are pretty lacking, but at the end of the day, the eye candy and the energy portrayed on the screen is pretty cool. The film as a whole is a nice homage to the Mario lore and world. However, as a film, there are just key pieces missing. Look, I'm sorry, but the pacing is off, and it's something that doesn't allow for true adaptation to be introduced. I know last time the changes were god-awful, but they could have done some more to make it its own thing and not just a collection of Easter eggs and an overall celebration of a video game franchise. Also, they do this sometimes, but I needed more of the platform action scenes. The few that are in here are fun and bring such a uniqueness to the action. I'm sure many people had fun with the cart scene, and for as cool as the blue shell moment was, I wish they held off on it until it made more sense to use it in the aspect of the Mario world. They throw so much into this film that honestly they might have thrown in too much. I know they needed to make this first one a hit so they can start a whole franchise, and I'm rooting for them, but I hope they realize to not blow their whole wad so quickly in the first one and dry the well so early. Now that they don't have to worry about whether or not it'll be successful because damn, look at that box office. I'm just rooting for them to take more risk like they did in this film and future movies in the franchise. Speaking of which, let me list off some positives because at the end of the day, I did have fun with this movie and I don't want to just be negative. The Peaches song. I mean, what a moment that I loved, and the song is just stuck in my head. And I never thought I'd agree with Bowser and how he pines over Anya Taylor-Joy's voice. Also, Lumily the Blue Star stole the movie for me. Way to introduce dread so early on for many kids. The scorification of the Mario music was also really cool. However, the strongest aspect of the film is truly the cinematography. This is by far Illumination's best looking movie. There's just so much detail and fun put into the visuals. At one point when a dramatic moment happens, the lighting was just astonishingly beautiful. I was just so impressed. I will say though, the implication of what was being sent over to a place in the third act, I thought the movie was going to get so dark so quick. Anyway, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is a mixed bag with a lot of great moments that are met with many key components that are missing to make a movie, well, a movie. I give the Super Mario Bros. Movie a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I am interested in seeing what comes next, especially because there's a certain character that I wish we could have gotten introduced in this film. But nevertheless, stay tuned for those post-credit scenes. But alright, those are my thoughts on Super Mario Bros. And the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Be sure to let me know your thoughts and which one you think is better down in the comments below. As As always, thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Be sure to follow us on our socials. Stay tuned for more Yeti Films content, and I'll write you later.